Right, so a memorial service in honor of the late struggle stalwart, Zondeni Sobukwe, affectionately known as the Mother of Azania, will get underway in Graaff-Reinet later on today. Sobukwe died at the age of 91. Let's cross over to our reporter, Iviwe Poti, who is there for more on that story. Iviwe, a very good morning to you.
A very good morning to you too, Leah. And I think very important, Umama was a struggle stalwart and an icon in her own capacity. But we're going to speak to Utatu Apapowe, who's going to tell us a bit more in terms of Dada. Also, a lot of people referring to Umama as Mother of Azania. Tell us a bit about her contribution as an individual, not only to the PAC, but to South Africa as a whole and the history of South Africa.
South Africans should recall that Utatu Sobukwe met Umama whilst they were involved in a struggle of their own as a student nurse in the college. So she was fighting for the students in her own right when she met Babu Sobukwe. Further than that, she also took it upon herself to fight against the apartheid regime in terms of writing letters against the apartheid regime to get Utata released, and she suffered a lot. Besides that, she was also a community activist here in Graaff-Reinet, involved in many community projects of her own, and the community have been attesting to that. We have been to many of those projects here with the community.
Umama was a mother of 4 and obviously for a very long time had to raise those children alone. But she was also mother to the whole community of Graaff-Reinet, and she did the same when she was in Alice. She was a qualified nurse and she used her skill to uplift and help the community. Tell us in terms of maybe some of the struggles that she had to face as an individual at the time when her husband was incarcerated.
It was a really difficult time for her. She had to jostle between the work and raising the kids. That's why at some point she had even to take the kids to a boarding school in Lesotho, because she could no longer go to work at the same time take care of the children, because she was all by herself. And it was a very difficult time for her. But she was a very strong woman. She, under those hardships, she persevered and continued and did all this work all by herself.
And then I think in terms of, we know the memorial will take place here where we are right now in this tent, which is in the backyard of Mama's house, very close to her heart as well. I know she loved gardening, and the fact that this memorial will take place in her garden might be very close to the family as well. In terms of some of the speakers that we can expect to hear later that will pay tribute to Mama's life.
Here today we are expecting our stalwarts. The main speaker here will be our former chairperson of the PAC, Otato Johnson Mlambo, will be the main guest speaker here at this tent today. And we are having another memorial service in Orlando, DOCC Orlando East, where Mrs. Lebohang Peko will also be speaking there. We are having another memorial service in Limpopo, Teflop campus, University of Limpopo, Teflop campus, where we'll also have many speakers speaking there. We are having others in Western Cape, where the PAC parliamentarian Mr. Lotando Mbinda will also be speaking. We are having another memorial service here in the Eastern Cape at Fort Hare University, East London campus, where we'll have Comrade Teenage Nyonso speaking. We are having another one in Durban City Hall, where we are having Professor Shabalala who will also be speaking there. So we are having all these memorial services throughout the country, in almost all the provinces, including tomorrow there will still be other memorial services, and as we continue to celebrate and honor and give the befitting send-off for Mama.
Thank you for your time. Well, there we have it, Leanne. There'll be memorial services throughout the country that will be held today, and some will actually flow on to tomorrow as well. Where we are here in Graaff-Reinet, we are in the back garden of Umama's house here in Graaff-Reinet. We do know that she loved her vegetable garden, so I think the fact that her memorial service will be held here will be very close to her family's heart and hers as well. Preparations are definitely underway. Chairs have been set up. The marquee tent is also being set up. So we'll be giving you a bit more later, and we'll also be speaking to the family. But for now, it's back to you in studio.